2 years.
Welcome to Kpeve Tornu. Tornu simply means riverside, and so basically this is what they refer to as the Tornu. However, the name of the river is River Dying, and it's been serving the people for well over 50 years since they migrated here. Over the last few years, it became prevalent that the artisanal fishers are struggling to get, fish hauls from the river when they go fishing overnight and come back empty-handed. And so we realized that while we were doing our project ideation, we realized that it was very important for us to take advantage of what has become an opportunity for us, which is the river. People come from outside to come and do fish farming on the river, whilst the people in the community themselves are struggling to get any major benefits from it. So the community decided that they would take up the opportunity to also build their own fish farm on the river. If you come here in the evening, you usually see me on a boat like this, because also this is usually where I get my network. And if you look at the view too, it's really nice, so I never get tired of it. I really enjoy it here. So the idea of our fish farm project came out during the ideation stage. Our approach as CorpsAfrica involves using a participatory approach, so the community members are involved and all of that. So we had a community meeting where we were taking ideas on what project to undertake. But we realized that if we were able to do something that generated income and promoted what the community does in general, which is their fishing culture, and also employ people, it was going to be very important and also generate income for the other project they were looking at. And so they realized that the river was here and it was an asset for them, which was one thing we emphasized on, using the assets in the community to build something important. Okay, so just like we've been explaining, we are trying to have a prototype for our projects. So Kpeve was simply saying that in order to keep the cages in place and ensure that the winds do not blow it away, it's important to anchor them to the ground. And so for the purposes of this, our demonstration, we kept some rocks within our net to ensure that it's held in place and avoid the winds from blowing it away. By daily, as you can see on this particular cage, you can tell that there are anchor ropes here that anchor the cages to the river in the middle of the river. So this ensures that our cages are held in place and are not blown away regardless of the storm that they may face. So we've been able to assemble our cages, and we are currently going to mount it where we will be having our fish farm. We are currently at our mountain site, and so very soon we'll be mounting our cage, and then we'll fix the nets. And the next stage will be to transfer the fingerlings to our cages. For the same purpose of security, we have a security post on the cages so that our security personnel can also stay there overnight and ensure that the fishes are well secured. Assembling the cage is one thing, but mounting it is another issue. Our captain Mr. D is currently aiding us with the mounting process. So the next step will be to fix it attached to the first one, and then we'll look at how we can anchor it. So now you can see Mr. Eddie here tying the anchor rope to ensure that it stays in place regardless of the storm. The next stage from here will be to fix the nets in the cages. So the people that play key roles in managing the project include the project committee members and also the community members in general. So for instance, Fuvenu here is a community member. He is currently our security personnel who oversees the project during the night. And we have Mr. Mali Ativo, who is the project manager. We have Mr. Steven, who is also the project committee chairperson, who also ensures that our day-to-day activities are well catered for and ensures that everybody is well represented on the community. We have Akofano, who is also the women representative on the committee, and my very own community counterpart, Miss Edward Ikudroha, who is also a major representative for the youth and also the community in general. And Mr. Mali Ativo is currently on the cage to ensure that the afternoon meal is well served. So if you could turn the camera, you could see him with a community member already working on our cage. They are trying to, change the net, the harper net, because it's been exactly 6 weeks since we stocked our fingerlings, and so we need to change them to ensure that the oxygen levels that reach the fingerlings are enough.
We have the nursery people. They do the hatchery, so they do the hatching of the fish that we call the fingerlings. So when they grow into 1 gram or 2 gram, we go in and pick it. So as it grows, when it gets to 20 gram, between 20 and 30 gram, we now turn it into the production net, which is under net. So this net, we take it from here till we harvest. Normally when they are young, we feed between 3 to 4 times a day. But as they grow and we see the sizes, we feed twice, but not when they are still at the juvenile stage to maybe 300 gram. When they get to 400, 500 gram, where the returns on growth is not that fast, we do twice, morning and then late afternoon.
Well, I never really imagined that my volunteering journey would mean that I'll serve in a river community where I'll spend a lot of time on the river, or even having to experience boat ride and all of those things. And so it's culminated into everything that I define as, a volunteering being, a self-discovery through the service to others.
For purposes of this project, we purchased 10,000 fingerlings and another 10,000 fingerlings. So as we've stocked, what happens is that when we grow it to the table size fish, we call our dealers to come in and buy. That's how we do it. We sell, then we restock, and then the cycle continues. If you sell, you restock, you produce, sell, and restock. So that's the cycle here. But then the plan is that as it grows, we increase the cages as well. So that's the future plan. That's what we have in mind. He's done very well. Looking at the community he's coming to, this a small community relative to maybe where he's coming from, but he's been able to manage himself. He's been able to stay with us from the time he came here up till now. We want to say we are very grateful because we've had projects in the community, but it's not what you've brought to us. You've really brought a certain life into our community, and we want to say we thank you. We thank Madam for coming, and we thank Lugu for being with us. We are very grateful. Thank you very much. We've done the first phase. We are also doing the second phase. If you go on site, you see the various phases that we've done so far. So we have adult fish and we have juvenile fish. I can tell you that yes, the project is doing well by the grace of God. It's not been easy, and committee chairman is very supportive. Our chief, Toby Aguma, sometimes he will go and then go and look for the thing himself. BK Acha, one man. Everybody in the community is interested. Apart from the committee members, the community is always asking what's happening, like you are doing. So it keeps the committee members on their toes. Dada wa milo kaka koregi.
Omar is speechless.
I'm speechless. That's why I'm quiet. I don't even know what to say again.
I see.
Yes, I know. They don't fight me.
So we are estimating that we'll be harvesting like 12,000.
The fact that we need to allow rural people to take charge of their own development. So when I came here, if I hadn't sought the help of the community and the wisdom in the community, we would have come close to anywhere near having a project such as this. And so it's very important for us and anybody in the development space to ensure that when they are taking development into any area, they involve the people and allow them to take charge of their own development. Let them propose solutions rather than us, taking solutions and then imposing it on them. That will really help for us to also improve sustainability and ensure that people in the community take immense pleasure in what they are doing, and that will allow for greater success of the project.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Lugu here. Guess what? I'm currently in Senegal and I'm continuing my CorpsAfrica service with CorpsAfrica Senegal. I can't wait to share my Ghanaian culture with everybody here and to also learn all about Senegalese culture. I'm looking forward to know what I will accomplish at the end of my service here in Senegal. Thank you very much.